Alright, so we've got Flutters over here in the pink trunks, and in the blue trunks we've got Crimson. So we've got the Norse player versus the Egyptian player. Quick Templar, a couple of barracks. Well, we've got a lot of barracks coming out here for the Norse player. No war dogs, which is interesting. This is extremely barracks heavy. Fun spacing. A bit unusual. Crimson's I can... yeah, they're right next to one another. A bit more of a standard sort of spacing to them. A lot of houses coming out now for Crimson. Flutters hasn't started on any of his houses yet, so both players... well, there's already conditioning there. No conditioning yet for Crimson, but he's already started training the axes. He's going to want to add conditioning as quick as he can behind this, but sure won't be far off. But Flutters already has it finished, so his throwing axemen will be spamming out quite quickly, using them to military build where he can as well. Temple is set on the way for the Egyptian player, so he's going to be able to keep training villagers while aging, while the Norse player has got to sort of choose between one or the other. Flutters having to try and force out some longhouses as well. Getting an armory, which I like, but he's not really giving himself a lot of space for the longhouses. He probably needs to get everything a little bit further up, give himself the space to work with. Templar set finishing up. Crimson, has he given himself the space to push out? Well, I suppose he has. He's got that gap there. He's sort of sealing himself off otherwise. The tower's coming out here for Flutters. Crimson hasn't got quite the units he needs just yet. But he has got Axe Champion on the way, so as long as he can back this up with some chariots, it becomes very hairy for the throwing axemen to deal with. Chariots have spawned on the wrong side here for Crimson. They're going to get picked off. The villagers are idling here for Crimson. Tied choke, and no other player really wants to get stuck in their defensive fortress here for Crimson. He does have a lot of idle villagers. Oh, here we go. He's going to go down some more. Another fortress, some more houses. Flutters is an impressive number of throwing axemen though. He's keeping up on the vill pop. I mean, keeping up on the total pop. He probably needs to start adding in the outposts though. But for now, he's really confining Crimson to the inside of his base. There's starting to be a pretty healthy number of chariot archers, and they're just outside of the throwing axemen range here. Or perhaps not. One of them is going to get picked off. Muted. Yeah, cool. Right, Flutters has caught up in ages and continue to get some villages as well. Golden Age coming out for the Egyptian with that Temple of Tar. And he's going to have double War Alley production behind this. So Crimson's really setting himself up for a nice late game here, and Flutters sort of isn't playing aggressively enough to really be able to punish it as of yet. Like, the tower was too far back to really be able to focus down the villagers as they were getting the fortress up. There sort of wasn't enough space to get a double set of production facilities for the Norse player, which you sort of need to get both this number of barracks and the outposts in, I think. And now it's probably about to get a bit hairy here for Flutters, because Crimson's got all this pseudo siege in the war elephants. They're going to have nice splash damage against all the throwing axemen here. There is a couple of elephants there, but they're going to get through. I thought they were going to be stuck. And now the number of throwing axemen is really starting to dwindle. Flutters probably needs to get some outposts in the mix here and get either spears or berserkers on the way. Need to try and get his own fort, and yeah, definitely need to get outposts, maybe even stables or ranges. Because I mean, range damage is always so good on this map. Considering how small it is, you're always going to be getting off shots, basically all the time. Really 100% uptime on most of your ranged units, and now Crimson really pushing through with a healthy number of war allies. He's just going to need to get a couple of houses behind this, but otherwise he's pretty much set. He's getting the workshop. He's going to finish up my house over here. Slowly trying to whittle down the long houses as well. Flutters still trying to get lots of guard towers. GG. Flutters taps out the game number 1.